Talk a little bit about that championship and these young men.
These young men, I'm telling you, they've been a blast to coach this year. They're a group that's done whatever we've asked of them, and they were kind of not expected to be in the championship game this year because we lost such a big class last year. We lost a very talented eighth grade class who went 10-0 undefeated, and so we brought back 2 starters this year, both of them being linemen. So we were kind of supposed to be a rebuilding year at Oliver Springs, but these kids had other things in mind. They wanted to go back to Campbell County and play in a championship, and that's exactly what they did.
Mm-hmm. Coach Jones, if you would, tell everybody out there a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Wendell Jones. I've grew up in Oliver Springs, coached youth club ball, gosh, I guess 20 years, 25 years, and 4 years ago, Coach Harper asked me to come on and join the middle school staff, and I did that. I was a defensive coordinator for 3 years with Coach Harper. Then, of course, Coach Harper went on and took a job at the high school as offensive coordinator, and I was approached about taking the middle school job and was kind of hesitant at first, but after I thought about it for a little bit, I decided to do it, and so this is my first year as head coach at the middle school.
So he's been with the program prior to the head coach 3 years?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. So defensive coordinator. And Walter?
How long have you been in, I guess you've told your sort of your background, but did you play football as a player back over the years?
Yes, sir. I grew up, played all my youth club sports at Oliver Springs, and played high school, all 4 years of high school at Oliver Springs.
And how did you go about replacing so many players in effect? I mean, 20 players, 20 starters, that's quite an accomplishment to repeat.
It was, and we knew we had our assistants knew, we had our work cut out for us, but these boys, they just, they did everything we asked them to do, everything, and they wasn't going to be denied winning the championship. And they come out and they worked extremely hard, and like you say, they just did. If we asked them to run through a brick wall, they was going to run through a brick wall.
And who are some of the teams that you're playing within your region?
In our region, we had Rockwood, we had Harriman, and Dayton City was our region games.
And where is Dayton City? I guess I'm not...
That's Ray County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they feed Ray County High School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Right now we're visiting with the head coach of the Oliver Springs Middle School football Bobcats, Wendell Jones, and our phone lines are open if you'd like to call in with your question or comment for Coach Jones or some of his players he brought in here tonight. And Coach, I really appreciate y'all coming in here. It's probably been about a month, I guess, since you won that championship, probably back in October.
Yep, right at it. Mm-hmm. After Halloween.
It was Halloween night?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And who did y'all play for the championship?
We played Oneida. Yeah.
And I heard that was an exciting game. Talk about that.
Oneida they're a really good football team, very well coached. We were very undersized. They looked like a junior high school team, really, a JV high school team out there. And our boys, they really didn't care. They just wanted to go play, and it was probably one of the best games that I've been involved with ever since I've been around football. It's kind of back and forth a little bit, and we scored first, then Oneida ended up scoring. Anyway, it come down to they went ahead of us 18-14 with, I think there was 3 minutes to go in the game, and they kicked off to us, so we got the ball on about the 35-yard line, our own 35. So it started there. The boys, I've told several people, they come to the sideline and, they had to look in their eye that, they want to go down and score. Mm. And so we started off with a false start penalty. Then we had I think we had a sack, and we were backed up to like the 20. And I know by then there was lots of doubts in the stadium on whether we was going to go down and score or not. But we had a big play, and we just kept chipping away, and had another big play. It was a team effort, and we ended up getting the ball down to the 1 yard line and we spiked the ball with 1.1 seconds to go on the clock.
Wow.
Yeah. We lined up to run a play, and it really wasn't the play that we wanted. They had adjusted to it. We hadn't showed them that formation yet, but once, and we were out of timeouts, and Oneida called the timeout. Thank goodness. So we got the kids over the sideline and regrouped a little bit, and went back out and punched it in from the 3 yard line, and as the time ran out.
Wow, that had to be really exciting, I'm sure.
Very exciting, yeah.
Where was y'all playing at?
Campbell County High School.
Campbell County. And
Yes, sir.
was Oneida in your district?
No.
Outside of your district?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got a call coming in. Coach, we got some earbuds here. I'll put one in there.
Okay.
Take this call. Locker room chat, you're on the air.
Hi. I was just interested in asking how many touchdowns did Jaquan Benton score this season?
Okay, caller. Thank you for calling in.
So I just wanted to congratulate the Auburn Springs football team right now, because I feel like that they did a great job this season. It's just, I don't know if we put who we are. It's just the Benton family.
Okay. Well, thank you for
Yeah.
calling in once again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And the question was, how many touchdowns did Jaquan Benton score this year, Coach?
Jaquan was a transfer student, and it was late in the year, very late in the year, before he actually got cleared to play football by TSSAA. But when he did start playing, he started scoring touchdowns immediately. I can't remember exactly. He could probably tell you the exact number, but he did score a few touchdowns for us, and we're tickled to have Jaquan on our football team. He's a great young man.
Okay, we'll be meeting Jaquan here in a little bit. Coach, let's talk about your occupation. Do you work at the Oliver Springs Middle School?
I do not. I work out at Oak Ridge at the Y12 plant.
Okay, and let's talk about your family a little bit. I know your son Cooper's on the team.
Cooper's on my team, yeah. Cooper's an 8th grader this year. I've got 2 daughters, Courtney Jones, Brooklyn Jones, and I've got a stepson, Silas Fritz. He don't play football, but he plays basketball and baseball. Yeah, and my wife, Mandy Jones. Better give a shout out to her. She threatened me if I didn't, so I love you, Mandy.
Right. Keep Mama happy. That's right, yeah. Mama's not happy, nobody's happy, right?
Well, the coach, to be a coach, you got to have support from your spouse. If you don't, it can be miserable if you don't have that spouse support.
Right, because when did y'all start to practice in like middle school? I know high school starts. Y'all probably start about the same time as high school.
We do, yeah. Yeah. We're pretty much on the same schedule as them.
Yeah. So you talked about your playing career. Now you played at Oliver Springs. What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 92.
92. What
Yeah.
kind of teams did y'all have?
My freshman year, we were pretty good. We were still playing single A ball. And then my sophomore year, that's the first year we went back to double A, and we got put in a pretty tough district. So we were down a little bit my sophomore year, and my junior and senior year, we started climbing back toward the top. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think the year after I graduated, they made a pretty good run in the playoffs.
Did you ever, when you was at Oliver Springs, did y'all make the playoffs?
We did my freshman year, yes.
Who was your coach in high school?
My freshman year, Doug Brown was the head coach and Frank Johnson was assistant. And then Doug retired that year and Frank Johnson took over. Yeah.
He's the coach there for a long time.
He was, yeah.
I guess you know Ron Brown as well. I think it's Doug's brother.
Yep.
He was at Clinton. I know Walter knows Coach Ron Brown.
Right, for a long time, 80 to 1990, I think it was.
Yeah, an excellent coach, and if he's watching, say, "Hey, Coach Brown." But, how many players on your team?
We ended up with 23 players on our football team.
Yes. All your 8th graders here tonight?
No, they're not all here. We had 14 8th graders, and we were able to bring 8 of them. So there's 6 that didn't make it. We had some sick, and some just couldn't make it tonight.
Walter?
So you're going to have a lot to replace. Again, you said you've got, 23 players and 14 are 8th graders. So you're going to have a lot to replace once again.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And our 7th grade class was pretty slim also. Like I say, there's you can do the math. There's not many left when you take the 14 away.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll have there's supposedly a big 6th grade class coming in this year that'll help. So we're looking forward to that.
What's the style of play Oliver Springs played this year in middle school football?
We mostly run the spread offense. There was a few games, especially toward the end, that we lined up and went back to power like we did last year. And it just depends on who was playing, what they were giving us. But most of the probably 80% of the year we run the spread.
We're visiting with Wendell Jones, head coach, Oliver Springs Middle School Bobcats, fresh off a area championship, and understand y'all went 8-2 on the season.
Yes, sir.
And also won the championship last year as well, so back to back. So if you would just talk about your coaching staff. I know we got one of your assistants here, Jason Robbins, is with us.
Yeah, we got Jason Robbins. He's here. He's an defensive line coach. He joined us this year and he was a big help to our coaching staff. Our defensive coordinator was Brandon Toomey. He also coaches our defensive line and offensive line. Coach Toomey did a great job with our defense this year. We had a lot of shutouts and defense played big for us. He did a really good job. Brought on Garrett Miller. He's an Oliver Springs boy. Grew up in Oliver Springs and played at Oliver Springs. He coached our quarterbacks and defensive backs and did a great job with those kids. Had a first-year coach, Taylor Murray. He coached our wide receivers and defensive backs, and Taylor did a great job with those kids, developing them. And we had Kevin Sieber. He come in and coached our linebackers and running backs, and did a great job also. We had a pretty good coaching staff. I was very proud of them.
Now, you were a defensive coordinator last year prior to being the head coach. You still coaching the defense this year?
I coached the offense this year. I gave the defense to Coach Toomey, and I took the offensive coordinator responsibilities.
All right. So at the high school level, Oliver Springs, I know they're in the middle of a coaching search. Larry Green, the coach, decided to step down after this season, and he had some good teams during his time there at Oliver Springs. And how's that coaching search going? Are you at liberty to say?
Well, I'm just hearing some rumors here and there. I heard that there was a bunch of applicants that put in, so it must be a popular job that people's wanting. There's over 40 is what I'm hearing. And
That's really good.
that's about all I know. I know they started the interviewing process this week. That's about all I know, really. But there's looking forward to them naming a head coach and getting those boys ready. And I think the future's bright. Whoever takes over, the future's going to be bright for Oliver Springs.
Certainly with that freshman class there now, you know, won the championship in middle school last year, and you got these kids coming up. And I know Oliver Springs went to the state quarterfinals last year, and this year just fell just short of the playoffs. But they really improved as the season went along, I thought.
They did. They had a lot of injuries this year, and low on players, and like I say, off of that last year's championship team, I know any given Friday night there were 6 of them starting. Mm-hmm. So that's it's not really great when you got to play freshmen, but those freshmen, they stepped in and did a great job.
A lot of them played, huh?
They did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and take our first break of the night, and we'll be back to visit with some of the student athletes for these middle school Bobcats, and we'll be right back. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with Ditch Witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
At Roan Medical Center, we are committed to serving this community and providing the best possible care for our patients. We have 20 medical specialists on staff representing all areas of care in a clean and safe environment. You don't have to go out of town to receive excellence in outpatient services, so please don't delay. The care you deserve is right here, right now. For the moments of need, we are here for you.
For 14 years, Subaru and our retailers have been sharing the love with those who need it most. Now Subaru is the largest automotive donor to Make-A-Wish and Meals on Wheels, and the largest corporate donor to the ASPCA and National Park Foundation. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event, and Subaru will donate $250 to charity.
Earl Duff Subaru in Kingston is proud to support both national and local charities during the Subaru Share the Love event.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
Welcome back into the Locker Room Chat. And tonight with us is the Oliver Springs Middle School football Bobcats, fresh off a championship. But first, before we meet these young men, Walter, we're in the finals of the state championship in the high school, and let's talk a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit. You know, in Class A, we got South Pittsburgh playing McKenzie. South Pittsburgh's 10-2. McKenzie is 14-0, and South Pittsburgh rallied to beat Cloudland last week, 30-22.
Yeah, South Pittsburgh's quite good, and once you get to this point, anything's possible. But the other team is quite good that South Pittsburgh's playing. But I know a little bit about South Pittsburgh, but not really much about the other.
Right, South Pittsburgh is really a traditionally tough team. I think they got to the state championship last year and got upset, and they're playing McKenzie. It's a team, last year I think they were in 2A, and they dropped down to 1A, and they defeated Peabody, which was a two-time defending state champion in Class 2A, and Peabody dropped down as well. So McKenzie defeating Peabody 36-30 last week, and McKenzie's undefeated. So like yourself, I don't know a whole lot about them,
Right.
so it should really be an excellent game. And 2A, Hampton, 11-2, advancing to the state championship. They will be playing Westview, who's 13-1, and Hampton defeated Trousdale County last week, 22-20 at home, and it sounded like an exciting game.
Yeah, Hampton has continued to surprise people all the way through, and hopefully they'll win it for East Tennessee.
And they were playing Westview, and Westview defeated Riverside 35-18. So that will be another outstanding game, I believe. 3A, Alcoa 12-1 will be taking on East Nashville 10-4, and Alcoa defeated Giles County last week 42-12. So Alcoa looks like they're ready to win another state championship. I'm not sure if this will be 18 or 19, but it'll be 20.
It'll be 20 in a row.
This will be,
Well, 20 total.
20th overall.
It would be their 7th in a row.
Okay, wow, 7th in a row. And
But a 30-point win over Giles County. Giles County was quite good.
yeah, I think Giles County was ranked number 2 coming in. So they'll be playing East Nashville, who defeated Dyersburg 20-7, and Dyersburg was undefeated coming in last week. And 4A, Elizabethton advancing to their 3rd straight state championship. Be playing Tullahoma, and Tullahoma's 14-0.
That's one that's just a pick'em game. I don't know which one I would figure, but Elizabethton has been to the big dance. It's their 3rd in a row. I would probably pick them to win, but it'll be a nail biter.
Mm-hmm. Elizabethton defeated Upperman last week 23-6, while Tullahoma all over Haywood 44-19. Moving up to 5A, I have the Powell Panthers back in the state championship for the first time, I believe, since 2009. I believe and they were 12-2. They'll be taking on Page, 13-1, and I can't recall Page ever advancing this far, but Powell defeated West last week pretty handily, 35-7.
They certainly did, and Powell has what they need on offense and defense, and when you beat West 35-7, you're doing something.
Certainly are, and Page defeated Henry County 56-52.
It's basketball time.
So not much defense in that game, so we might see some points Friday. And on 6A, locally, it was Oakland 14-0 taking on Summit 14-0, and Summit won the 5A state championship last year, defeating Oak Ridge, and they moved up to 6A, so they're undefeated now in 6A, and Oakland also undefeated, regarded as the #1 team in the state all year long, and defeated Maryville last week, a very competitive game, 24-14.
Well, I wonder how often that happens, that you actually skip from one division, 5A to 6A, and you have a chance to win both championships. That's unusual.
Yeah, that's called being a pretty a good team.
Pretty
right?
stout.
They got the Wade twins on that team, or Wade brothers. I know one of them's committed to Kentucky, but
and the Oakland, the fact that they ended up, of course, playing Maryville, they have played for the semifinal game 8 straight years since 2014, and they're 4-4 against each other during that time period.
I think that was the first time. Usually the home team, Oakland or Maryville, will win, but Oakland broke that streak last week, going to Maryville and winning. So congratulations to those schools advancing to the state championship. And right now, let's turn our attention to these Oliver Spring Bobcats over here. And Brad, we got Cooper Jones, our first young man we want to meet. Hey Cooper, so tell everybody introduce yourself, what position you play.
I'm Cooper Jones. I play offensive lineman and linebacker.
How does it feel to win that championship?
Feels great.
Mm-hmm. Your offensive line and linebacker. Okay. Which do you prefer? You have a favorite position?
Yeah,
Linebacker. Okay. You a 3-year starter?
Yeah,
You play middle or outside?
middle.
Middle. Mm-hmm. Walter?
And how long have you been playing football?
My whole life.
Your whole life, since you were in the organized leagues, since you were 5 or 6 or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. And you play basketball or any other sports?
Yeah, basketball and baseball.
So you're a pretty good athlete.
Try to be.
And I guess you've enjoyed the last 2 years being 18-2.
Yeah.
Coach Jones, talk a little bit about your son. Brag on him a little bit.
Yeah, I don't get to brag on him much. Having a son on the football team, he usually gets, a lot more of the lashing than the rest of them get. But Cooper's a great kid. He'll do anything that you ask him to do. He come in as a 6th grader playing fullback and played fullback at most of his 7th grade class, and we had some injuries on our offensive line last year, and Coach Harper asked him to move from fullback to guard, and he did it without any hesitation, and he's become a great offensive lineman for us. And linebacker, he's just a great linebacker. He plays in the middle, and he pretty much shuts the middle down and does a great job right there.
Do any blitzing with him?
Yeah, he blitzes a lot.
Having sacks this year, Cooper?
Don't know about on the quarterback and running backs for sure, though.
What was the highlight of the season for you?
Gosh, I don't know. Probably when I got the game-winning tackle against Rockwood, district championship.
What's it mean to you to be a Bobcat?
I mean, it means the world to me.
What do you like about playing football?
It's my favorite sport.
And what's the toughest thing you think about playing football? For you, what's the toughest thing?
Losing.
Losing? That's pretty good, Coach. You don't like to lose. That's a good trait to have.
Yeah, he doesn't take losing well.
And Cooper, do you have any hobbies?
Sports. I like to fish and hunt.
Okay, and who's your favorite team in football?
College or NFL?
Both.
College is the Tennessee, and then NFL, Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks having a rough season, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Been in the playoffs like 8 or 9 years in a row. But, who's your favorite player? Pro?
I don't know. I guess Bobby Wagner.
Okay. And what's your favorite food?
Salisbury Steak.
What's your favorite place to eat?
Probably wasabi.
Wasabi? You have to have some mashed potatoes with that Salisbury steak. No?
Oh, yeah.
And like gravy. What's a fun fact about you? Have a hidden talent or?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Do you have any phobias? Anything you're afraid of doing?
I mean, I don't like snakes.
Okay. And what's it like playing for your dad?
I have people say some stuff to me about it, but I don't really care. It doesn't bother me that much.
Does he get on you a little bit more than some other players?
Yeah, I think he does.
A bit tougher. Okay, Cooper, go ahead and give a shout out.
I'd like to give a shout out to my family and my coaches. One in particular, Coach Garrett Miller. He pushed us through the hard times a lot.
Okay. Congratulations, Cooper.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you in high school. Okay, Coach. Who we have up next? Go ahead and introduce yourself and what position you play.
I'm Lucas Stacker, and I play running back and linebacker.
Lucas Stacker, running back and linebacker. Go ahead and talk a little bit about Lucas.
Well, Lucas, he started playing running back for us this year, and I've always told him since he's in 6th grade that he wants to play running back. He needs to develop some hands where he can catch the football out of the backfield, and he's definitely done that. He could lined up and played receiver if we wanted him to. He's developed. He picked up a lot of speed this year. It's tremendous the speed he's picked up from the 7th, 8th grade year, and Lucas runs the ball hard, extremely hard, and he plays linebacker, and with his speed, he shuts pretty much everything outside down.
Do Walter?
And so how long have you been playing football?
Most of my whole life.
So since the organized league, since you were like 6 or something? Or?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you have any other sports that you're in?
Yeah, I play baseball.
Play baseball, okay. And are you looking forward to high school playing football?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, Lucas, how's it feel to win that championship?
Feels great to go back to back.
So you're a big part of that team last year as well, right?
Yes, sir.
You're a 3-year player.
Yeah.
And what was the highlight of the season for you?
Probably in the championship when I got the 35-yard touchdown.
Did that put y'all ahead, or is
Yeah, it was the first score.
Okay. And what's it mean to you to wear that purple?
I mean, I've wore it my whole life, so it means everything to me.
Uh-huh. What do you like the most about football?
I just like you can get away from things. Everything goes blank, and you can do what you're good at.
And what would you consider to be the toughest part of playing that sport?
Probably the car ride home after losing.
Yeah, those long rides home are. When you're not playing football or baseball, what do you like to do?
I like to fish, and I ride 4-wheelers a lot.
Mm-hmm. You've been up on the Wind Rock?
Yes, sir.
And who's your favorite team?
College teams, probably Kentucky, and then Tennessee's my pro.
Titans and the Wildcats. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a favorite player?
Yeah, I like Derrick Henry. Pretty good.
Yeah. Shame he's hurt.
Yeah, I know.
And what's your favorite food?
I gotta say steak.
And a favorite place to eat?
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, I love that Texas Roadhouse. And is there a fun fact about you? You got a hidden talent?
I wouldn't say that, no.
What about a phobia?
Not really. I don't like heights, I guess. Like real high heights.
And what's it like playing for Coach Jones?
I love it. I've been playing for him my whole life, so I love playing for him.
Did he coach you in youth football?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go ahead and give a shout out.
To my family and all my coaches. I just want them. I wouldn't be where I was today without them.
Lucas, we thank you for being here. Congratulations on your season, and look forward to watching you play in high school.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Our next young man up is Jaquan Benton, and Coach, go ahead and talk a little bit about Jaquan. Oh, you talked a little bit about him earlier.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier he was a transfer student that come in, and we were trying to. We waited impatiently, really, every week to see if he was going to be cleared to play on Thursday night, and just kept getting bad news that it never happened, and finally it did, and I think it was the phone call I made to let him know he could play. He, you could tell the excitement in his voice. He come out and worked hard every day at practice, just as hard as all the rest of the kids that were there, and even though he didn't play most of the year, he was part of our success because, we'd use him on the scout team as a running back or receiver, whoever we were playing, and to have a great athlete on your scout team, it helps you prepare for the team you're playing.
He missed some games early.
He did, yeah. Yeah.
Walter?
So how many games did he miss? And so I guess when he got in there, it probably helped you down the stretch a lot.
He did. He missed the first 7 games, and he got to play the jamboree and scrimmages at the beginning of the year, but he didn't get cleared to actually after our 7th game. We got the news that he was cleared to play.
And where did you transfer from?
Cofield.
Cofield, okay. And did you previously play there?
Yes, sir.
And how long have you played since you were little? Or?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what are your, do you play any other sports?
Basketball.
Okay. So you're a well-rounded athlete.
Yes, sir.
When you started playing this season, the basketball, how's it going?
Pretty good.
What's y'all's record?
Like 5-0.
5-0, wow. Pretty good team. So Jaquan, you play running back and linebacker. What position do you prefer?
Running back.
Running back, and I'd say you probably play outside linebacker.
Yes, sir.
Did you have any interceptions this year?
One, I'm pretty sure.
Did you take it to the house?
No.
So how many, the caller called in, was asking how many touchdowns you scored. How many touchdowns, do you know how many you had this season?
Like 6, I'm pretty sure it was 6.
And what was your longest touchdown run?
Like 50 yards maybe.
And for you, what was the highlight of the season?
Scoring the last touchdown in the state championship with 1.1 seconds left.
So talk about that play. What kind of play was that? Y'all was on the 1 yard line?
3 yard line.
3. So what was that play? Was it a sweep or was it
It was a sweep.
Around the right side?
Yes, sir.
It felt pretty good to go in the end zone, I bet.
Yeah.
And what's it mean for you to be a Bobcat?
It means everything.
And you're looking forward to going up to the high school next year?
Yes, sir.
And what do you like about playing football?
It's just fun and keeps my mind off things.
Is that your favorite sport?
Yeah.
What's the toughest thing about playing football?
Losing.
Just losing? So, do you have any hobbies when you're not playing sports?
Just to hang out with friends.
Hanging out with friends? And you have a favorite player?
Probably Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara? He's supposed to be back tomorrow night against the Cowboys. You're going to be watching that?
Probably.
I'm playing against him on my fantasy team. I need him. I don't need him to score any touchdowns. I hated to hear he was coming back. Who's your favorite team?
The Saints.
The Saints, And where's your favorite place to eat?
Wasabi's.
Wasabi's, and what's your favorite food?
Steak.
Now you go to Wasabi's, do you catch those rice balls?
Yeah.
You ever missed one?
Yeah.
Just take you 1 or 2 tries to catch it?
Yeah.
And anything, a fun fact about you, hidden talent you can do?
No.
Are you dunking yet? Basketball?
Pretty close.
Pretty close. Do you have any phobias?
I don't like spiders.
Like spiders? We got snakes and spiders and heights. So, what's it like playing for Coach Jones?
It's fun.
Can you make it fun out there on the field?
Yeah.
And go ahead and give a shout out, Jaquan.
I'd like to shout out to my family. They've helped me through a lot of things.
Okay, and right, and congratulations, Jaquan, on the championship, and look forward to playing in high school.
Thank you.
Okay, we got the quarterback up next, right? Quarterback William Eddings. And William, your quarterback, defensive back, right? And what was the highlight of the season for you?
Probably throwing a touchdown pass against Harriman on homecoming.
Okay, and how many touchdown passes did you have this year?
Probably 15, 10.
That's pretty good. Was your quarterback, this is your first year quarterback?
I've been backup, but this is my first year starting.
Okay. Coach Jones, talk a little bit about William.
William is his first year starting quarterback, but he's been around since he's in 6th grade, and he knows the system really well, and he runs the offense just as good as we could ask anyone to come in and run it. Whether we're in the spread throwing the ball or in the wishbone running the ball, we call a play and he runs it to the tee, and he's got total control over the offense. And he's done a super job. Can throw the ball. He's got very good touch on the football. He can throw the ball deep. He can throw slants. Whatever we ask him to throw, he can throw it. And he works extremely hard, not only at practice, but at home also. He's continually working on his game. So we're very proud of him.
Walter?
Does he run the ball some?
We don't run a whole lot of design runs, but when he gets flushed out of pocket, he has run, and he's made some big gains on the ground running the football.
Okay, and let's see, how long have you been playing football? Okay, and have you been quarterback most of the time, or have you been playing some other positions?
I've played running back and defensive back.
Okay. And do you play any other sports?
Baseball and basketball.
My goodness, 3 sports. That's quite amazing.
Now, William, you grow up in Oliver Springs?
Yes, sir.
What's it mean for you to grow up and play for the Bobcats?
A lot.
Do you have any other family members that's played at Oliver Springs?
Yes, sir.
You have some older brothers or sisters?
Uncle.
You got an uncle? Okay. What's it like playing for Coach Jones?
It's fun and exciting.
And what do you like about playing football?
It's fun and takes my mind off things.
Is that your favorite sport, football? Or?
Yeah.
That would be, so how's basketball season going?
Good.
Okay, you play point guard?
No, shooting guard.
Shooting guard, And what's some of your hobbies outside of sports?
Hanging out with friends.
And you have a favorite player?
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. And what's your favorite subject in school?
PE.
PE. You got good grades? You got to have those grades now to go to the next level. You got good grades?
Yeah.
And, what's your favorite team?
College, Tennessee, and then pro Tennessee.
Tennessee beat Kentucky. Did you rib Jaquan? Or was that, no, it's Lucas. Did you give Lucas a hard time when the Vols beat Kentucky?
Not really.
And what's your favorite place to eat?
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse, okay. You have a fun fact?
No, not really.
Or phobia?
Spiders and heights.
And, who's your favorite music artist?
I don't know.
Don't have one? Okay. William, go ahead and give a shout out.
My family and coaches.
Okay, William, and thank you for being here. Congratulations on the season. Look forward to you playing at Oliver Springs.
Thanks.
Right now, we're going to go ahead and take our second break of the night, and we'll be right back to meet these other 4 Bobcats, and you're watching the Locker Room Chat.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We buy it on the spot and we pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Herman and Rockwood.
For 14 years, Subaru and our retailers have been sharing the love with those who need it most. Now Subaru is the largest automotive donor to Make-A-Wish and Meals on Wheels. And the largest corporate donor to the ASPCA and National Park Foundation. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event, and Subaru will donate $250 to charity.
Earl Duff Subaru in Kingston is proud to support both national and local charities during the Subaru Share the Love event.
At Roan Medical Center, we are committed to serving this community and providing the best possible care for our patients. We have 20 medical specialists on staff representing all areas of care in a clean and safe environment. You don't have to go out of town to receive excellence in outpatient services, so please don't delay. The care you deserve is right here, right now. For the moments of need, we are here for you.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with Ditch Witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
Welcome back into the locker room chat, and we're visiting with the Oliver Springs Middle School football Bobcats, fresh off a championship, and Coach Wendell Jones here with us. And let's go ahead and meet the rest of these 8th grade Bobcats. And our first is coming up. You want to introduce yourself again?
Christian Shillings.
Christian Shillings, and what position do you play?
Offensive and defensive line.
Okay. Coach, go ahead and talk a little bit about Christian.
Christian's he plays, like he said, offensive line, defensive line, and he's undersized to be a lineman, but Christian plays with a lot of heart, and he's going to give you everything he's got on every play, and he's a yes sir, no sir type of kid. You tell him to do something, it's always yes sir, and never had any problems out of Christian, and like I said, he's gonna give you everything he's got on every play.
How did it feel to win that championship, Christian?
It was amazing.
And what was the highlight of the season for you?
Probably just winning the championship.
Walter?
How many years have you been playing sports, football?
Oh, this is my first year.
Oh, it is, and you're playing quite a bit. That's you're apparently a real good athlete.
Thank you.
And what is your, you have other hobbies or other things you like sports-wise?
Not really. I just play football.
And what's your favorite football team?
I like the Titans.
And are you plan on playing high school?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And Christian, you grow up in Oliver Springs?
Yes, sir.
What's it mean to wear that purple jersey?
It means everything.
And you prefer offensive line or defensive line?
I like defensive line.
Okay, and what do you like about playing football?
I just like winning.
And what's the toughest thing?
Probably losing.
How about practice? That's pretty tough too, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have a favorite player
I like Derrick Henry.
and favorite place to eat?
I don't really have a favorite place to eat.
What's your favorite food?
Probably chicken.
Chicken? Uh-huh. Have you been to Gus's Fried Chicken?
No, sir.
You have to try that out. World famous. It's in Knoxville. And what you like playing for Coach Jones?
It's awesome.
And go ahead and give a shout out if you would.
Just my family and coaches.
Okay, Christian, thank you for being here and congratulations. Okay, who's this next young man, Coach?
Got Dalton Reynolds. Dalton, like you said before, he plays running back and linebacker, and he's a workhorse. Dalton really is. He runs the ball hard, and for his size, he's really fast and quick. And sometimes he'd have to get mad before he would run as good as his potential. But once he got mad, there's no stopping him. So we just started making him mad in the locker room before games. We'd get him mad, and then he'd go out and start running people over in the first quarter.
You got a pretty good pair of linebackers, or three linebackers there.
Four of them.
Four. And, Walter?
You're a good size. You're almost like you would be a lineman, but it's like you're a lineman with a whole lot of speed and ability to run, and being a linebacker, that makes you quite valuable. I can tell that you're quite quick and you're big too, so that's. And what is, you play other sports, or what are your hobbies?
I really don't play any other sports, but I like to work out and stuff.
Yeah, I can tell that, that's for sure. And I'm sure you liked winning the title this year.
Yes, sir.
And you planning on playing high school?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What was the highlight of the season for you, Dalton?
Probably just winning the championship, because that was my dream, to go back to back.
And what's it mean to you to be a Bobcat?
It means everything.
You grew up playing?
Yes, sir.
Oliver Springs. And what do you like about playing football?
It's my favorite sport, and I grew up playing it ever since I was like 4 or 5.
You like the physicalness?
Yes, sir.
What's the toughest thing about playing?
Probably, really don't know.
What's your favorite food?
I like chicken.
Your favorite place to eat?
Applebee's.
And you have a favorite player?
I like C.D. Lamb.
C.D. Lamb, Cowboys. Is that your favorite team?
Yes, sir.
Are they going to beat the Saints tomorrow night?
Hope so.
Jaquan don't like that answer. And, you have a fun fact about you?
Not really.
Or a phobia? Anything you're...
I hate spiders and heights.
Okay. And what's it like playing for Coach Jones?
It's cool, because I played for him in Mighty Mites, then all the way up to middle school.
Okay. And if you would, Dalton, go ahead and give a shout out.
I'll shout out my family and friends and the coaches, because all the coaches pushed me to my limit, and my parents were right there pushing me forwards and stuff.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go to our next young man. Who we have next?
Landon Murray.
Landon Murray. And what was the highlight for you playing this season?
Probably in Rockwood when I got my first ever sack.
First ever sack. And Landon, you played defensive end?
Yes, sir.
How many sacks did you have?
Probably, I think, 1 or 2 this year.
Okay. You want to talk a little bit about Landon?
Landon's a great kid. A lot of times Landon was the highlight of our practice. You never know what Landon's going to say, and he's just a hoot to coach. I mean, we love Landon to death. Landon, and he's one of those also that's going to give you all he's got every single play. He's going to go 100%, and he will not take a play off.
Okay, Landon, what was your favorite place to eat?
Probably say Wasabi.
Wasabi. And how did it feel to win that championship?
Can't explain it.
You have a favorite food?
Steak.
You play any other sports?
I played baseball a while back, but football is my main focus right now.
What's it mean for you to be a Bobcat?
Means everything.
And you have a fun fact?
Not really.
A phobia?
Spotters.
What's it like playing for Coach Jones?
He's a good coach.
Okay,
I love playing for him.
I'd like to give a shout out.
My family, my friends, and my teammates.
Okay. We got a couple minutes left, and let's meet this next young man. Who we got here, Coach?
Jonah Robbins.
Jonah, and what's it like to win that championship?
It was the most amazing thing ever, going back to back like that.
Talk a little bit about Jonah.
Jonah's he's the anchor of our offensive line. He's the leader up there, and he just made great strides from his 7th, 8th grade year. His speed was unreal, the speed he picked up, and just strong. Nobody could block him on defense.
Okay, Jonah, what's the highlight of the season for you?
Getting a bunch of sacks this whole season, pretty much.
Sacks. You got about a minute left in the show. What's it like for you to be a Bobcat?
It's amazing.
You grew up in Oliver Springs?
Yes, sir.
What do you like about playing football?
I like just being able to release all your emotions and your mind go blank.
Okay, and do you have a favorite team?
The Dallas Cowboys.
Any hobbies?
Playing football and working out, I guess.
Have a favorite player?
CD Lamb.
Favorite food?
Steak.
Favorite place to eat?
Applebee's.
You have a fun fact?
No.
What's it like playing for Coach Jones?
Played with him all my life. It was the best thing ever.
Let's give a shout out.
To my friends and family.
Okay, we got about 5 seconds left. Coach Jones, thank you for being here. Congratulations on the season.
Thank you.
We'll see y'all next week on the Locker Room Chat.